Welcome to today's deep dive. If you're joining us, our mission today is to unpack this fascinating snapshot of our world using the Daily Tech Reader from August 17th, 2026.
Right, and it's quite the snapshot.
It really is. We're going to look at what a single day's national weather map reveals about, our environmental extremes, and then unpack the bizarre juxtaposition of seeing that daily forecast sitting right next to massive leaps in frontier tech news.
Yeah, it's a wild contrast.
I mean, looking at this nationwide forecast is a lot like checking a patient's vital signs on a hospital monitor. You expect to see a rhythm, right? Some regions have a stable, healthy pulse, but then you look over and the other half of the country is running this severe, record-breaking fever.
That physiological comparison is a really great way to view it, because we are looking at a system under immense stress. When you look at the literal extremes on this map, you see these stark VRYHI tags like very hot scattered across the country.
Sounds alarming.
Definitely. I mean, the desert southwest is predictably baking. Yuma is hitting 112 degrees, and Phoenix is at 111. But then the southeast, cities like Atlanta and Charlotte, are carrying that exact same severe VRYH hot label, even though they're only maxing out at 98 degrees.
Wait, okay, let's unpack those numbers because that label seems a bit misleading, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't a 98-degree day in Atlanta actually feel far more oppressive than 112 in Yuma?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because if you look at the weather pattern on the East Coast, there's this massive band of thunderstorms stretching from New York City at a humid 84 degrees all the way down through Washington and Richmond, straight to Savannah at 99 degrees. I mean, the air in Atlanta isn't just hot, it feels like a physical weight.
Right, and that comes down to the mechanics of human survival, specifically how the body sheds heat. So the VRIH on tag isn't strictly measuring ambient heat on a thermometer, it factors in the wet bulb effect.
The wet bulb effect, right.
Yeah. In a dry 112-degree desert, your sweat evaporates instantly, which, actively cools the skin. But with that massive moisture band parked over the southeast, the air is already completely saturated with water.
So the sweat just sits there.
Exactly. Sweat cannot evaporate, which effectively shuts down your body's primary cooling mechanism.
Wow. So the extreme isn't just the raw temperature. It's our physical vulnerability to the local atmosphere.
Right. And the geography of these extremes is highly localized. Like, while the south is sweltering, you have these pockets of total relief. San Francisco is sitting at a mild 71 degrees, and Chicago has cool showers at 78.
Which sounds lovely, honestly.
It does. But the most ominous part of this forecast isn't the heat at all. Up in the Pacific Northwest, Pendleton, Oregon is at 88 degrees. But its official weather condition isn't listed as sunny or cloudy. It literally just says Smoke-DE.
Yeah, that part stopped me in my tracks. It feels like a glitch in a video game interface or something.
It really does.
You're scrolling through the standard lineup of sun icons, rain clouds, maybe a lightning bolt, and then boom, a stark physical intrusion of wildfires breaking into the daily layout. Just a bold text warning. Smoke.
It's a very visceral reminder of our physical limits and just the environment encroaching on daily life, which, makes the bottom half of this very same page so compelling. We transition directly from these brutal physical realities into a section dominated by massive digital acceleration.
Right, the tech news.
Yeah. Right below the smoke warning, you're reading about OpenAI launching GPT 5.6, the New York Times suing over training data, and China's moonshot Kimi K3 matching U.S. frontier models.
Let's pause on the AI jargon for a second because frontier model gets thrown around a lot. We're talking about systems that are pushing the absolute edge of what software can do, right?
Yeah.
Programs designed to process massive amounts of human knowledge to reason and solve complex problems.
Yes, exactly. And the mechanics of how they gain that capability is exactly why the New York Times is suing. To become a frontier model, an AI requires immense volumes of human-generated text.
Like articles and books.
Right, articles, books, raw data. It needs all that to map out patterns and learn how to generate answers. The Times is arguing that their proprietary journalism was absorbed into this machine's neural network to train the AI without permission.
That makes sense. They want to protect their data.
Exactly. And meanwhile, the Kimi K3 development shows that the underlying architecture for these incredibly powerful systems isn't just an American monopoly anymore. China has engineered a model that mathematically matches top U.S. capabilities.
It is just a wild disconnect. We consume our most basic physical survival data like how hot it is outside, or whether the air in Oregon is literally breathable on the exact same page as news about digital architectures that are completely reshaping human intelligence.
That's surreal.
We're trapped in frail biological bodies while simultaneously building these massive digital brains.
It really is a split screen of human existence on August 17th, 2026. I mean, we are bound by increasingly volatile physical forces, yet accelerating into a digital frontier faster than we can even process it.
To bring this all together for you listening, whether you are sweating through a 106-degree sunny day in Dallas or, enjoying an 82-degree afternoon in Minneapolis, you are navigating a world where environmental and technological extremes are no longer outliers.
They really aren't. They are the baseline reality of your daily scroll.
The definition of a normal day has fundamentally shifted on both fronts.
Absolutely. It's the new normal.
Which leaves me wondering, as these frontier models like GPT 5.6 and Kimi K3 rapidly evolve in their ability to process vast amounts of complex data, how long before we rely on these very same AI systems, not just to read us the daily weather, but to figure out how we actually survive it? When the vital signs on our planetary monitor start flashing red, maybe the very technology sitting right next to the forecast is what we'll need to cure the fever.